Today doesn't have to be one of those days where you lose it, where you are finding yourself frustrated and annoyed with people, with the circumstances that you find yourself in. It doesn't have to be that way because we have the Lord as our shepherd. And we shall not want, we don't lack for anything. We have our all-sufficiency in Christ Jesus, who is our good shepherd. And today, in Psalm 23, verse 3, says that he leads us in paths for righteousness' sake. That last time we talked about he restores our soul, and it's this restoration, this putting back together, the gluing what's become unglued of our souls, that Jesus does a work of restoration. And it's a restoration of our souls. It's a restoration of who we are. And in his work, he takes what it is that needs mending and needs putting back together because it's broken. He restores it with himself, and he restores it with his righteousness. And it's his righteousness, the righteousness of Christ, that is doing its work within our souls to make us be righteous as he is righteous. And so it's this restorative work that leads us into paths of righteousness. You see, it's our being that leads us to our doing. And so when you find yourself doing the wrong thing, it's because we need to take our souls to Christ and to allow him to restore us, so that when he does his work on our soul, it's his righteousness that leads us. And so we find ourselves being led into paths of righteousness. We find ourselves doing the right things because we are being more and more like our shepherd, Jesus Christ. That he allows us to move throughout our day with him as our leader, with his voice being what is heard by us. And so we take each step with him and for him and in him and through him, so that we are walking the path that he wants us to walk. We are walking in paths of righteousness. My prayer for you today is that you would allow Jesus to restore your soul. And in that restoration, you would find righteousness, Christ's righteousness, alive and well in you. And that he would lead you every step of the way throughout your day, walking the path of righteousness.